Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
And it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship show, the Penguins Cup playoff show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show. Tell the boys and girls I just don't care. Give a little more, hey, oh, give a little more, 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 hey, oh. Out of the shadows, oh, into the light, yeah. Give me the strength, Lord, for one more fight. I was raised by wolves, I was bound by pride. As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the Mount Lebanon Ice Center, 20 minutes south of downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, for the nightcap of this Week 3 PIHL Hockey Night Live doubleheader on TenbandTV, presented by Solico Advisors. And now we shift gears to the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League's top flight, Class 3A, on display as the visiting Central Catholic Vikings, decked out in dark blue, take on the home team, the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, decked out in bright yellow. And the Blue Devils coming off a long layoff since their season-opening victory at North Allegheny, a team they defeated in the St. Margaret Fall Face-Off en route to reaching the final round of that tournament. Mount Lebanon winning both games by identical 3-2 scores. And the Blue Devils winning their season opener back on the 3rd of October on the strength of Liam Shin's first career varsity hat trick. Shin wearing number 29 in bright yellow, the alternate captain of the Blue Devils this year, warming up somewhere in the mix off to our right. He is a Shaw Panthers prodigy. Last year, 13 assists, one of the top playmakers in Class AAA, and 24 points, approaching his 37th career varsity appearance for the Blue Devils tonight. The other alternate captain who could make it happen for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, number 68, Xavier Bias, who is also in the warm-up skate off to our right. Bias with an assist in that season-opening victory at NA, 5 points in the St. Margaret Fall face-off, in which the Blue Devils finished as runners-up to tournament champion Seneca Valley. Last year, Bias was the Class 3A rookie scoring leader with 12 goals and 22 points. For the Central Catholic Vikings, well, they have played 2 of the 3 newcomers to PIHL Class 3A this season in each of their last 2 games, and they have dropped both decisions. Last week in this barn, a heartbreaker in overtime, a 6-5 decision at the hands of the South Fayette Lions, who scored just 22 seconds into the 3-minute 3-on-3 sudden victory session. Central Catholic erased a 3-1 deficit in the second period of that game, but still came up short. And then the Vikings humbled by Franklin Regional at their home rink, the Alpha Complex, last Thursday. Franklin Regional scoring 4 unanswered goals in that game to win by a final score of 7-2. But Central Catholic can fill the net as well. They've scored 13 goals as a team. They've allowed 14 goals as a team. Both categories, they're number 1. So they've been really up and down and involved in a lot of these track meet style games, and they'll try to shut things down defensively here tonight behind goaltender Ben Bala and their defense. Offensively, Aaron Daly, the junior forward, number 6 in dark blue, warming up somewhere in the mix off to our left, led the St. Margaret Fall Face-Off preseason event with 11 total points, had a pair of goals and an assist against South Fayette in the losing effort last Monday night. Keep your eye also on number 12, the senior forward, Noah Ritz. part of first-year coach Anthony Rayco's leadership group. Rayco, the third different coach in as many years for the Central Catholic varsity squad. Ritz wearing number 12 in dark blue. 6 points in the preseason, 6 points so far in 3 regular season games as well. Last year, he was the third leading scorer on the team with 17 points as a junior, and a product of the Allegheny Badgers travel hockey program. Rayco's counterpart, Jeremy Church, is in his 4th full season in charge of the Mount Lebanon program after taking over during the abbreviated 2020-2021 pandemic campaign and leading the Blue Devils to the Penguins Cup final for the first time in 15 years. Mount Lebanon last year 12-7-1 in Class 3A, good for 6th place, and just their second 10-win season in the past dozen years. Mount Lebanon losing in the first playoff round to Seneca Valley last season. And as I said, losing to Seneca Valley also in the championship round of this year's St. Margaret Fall Faceoff. The Blue Devils swept last year's season series from Central Catholic, winning 3-2 almost a year ago to the day here at the Lebanon Ice Center, and winning in a shootout at the Alpha Complex on the 15th of February. Mount Lebanon 1-0. Central Catholic, as I said, 1-1-1. That's good for 4 points. And third place in the 11-team AAA classification. There's a new point system in the PIHL, as we mentioned last week. 3 points for a regulation win. An overtime win or shootout win is only worth 2 points now. 1 point for an overtime or shootout loss, and 0 points for a regulation loss. Well, Vince Canella begins the game on the bench for Mount Lebanon, so it'll be Hayden Bike, who had a semifinal victory over Franklin Regional in the St. Margaret Fall Faceoff, getting the nod. And the familiar face at the other end for Central Catholic, Ben Bala, makes his first save for either netminder tonight right off the opening faceoff. So we are underway in Game 2 here from the South Hills. Mount Lebanon moving the puck from right to left on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin the contest. Griffin Lewis, the Central Catholic captain, trying to win that face-off, and goaltender Bala making another save at the top of the crease with his glove. Lewis making his second varsity appearance of the young season, led the Vikings last year with 14 goals and 25 points, ranking 4th and 7th respectively in Class 3A in those categories. Lewis playing his 3rd season in the uniform of the Vikings after transferring from Chartiers Valley after his freshman season with the Colts. From center, it is Dante Albanese, the junior defenseman, playing the puck for the Vikings. Judah Brophy, left wing side, tied up by a pair of Blue Devils. Out in front it comes to Ritz. To the corner, Ben Curta, the junior, defensively. Curta with 4 points in the preseason. Albanese gets it deep. Brophy giving chase. Brophy on his backhand, checked from behind by Curta. Ritz behind the net. Ritz out in front, too far for Gesso, who was trying to crash the party. Gavin Watson retreating defensively for the Vikings, up to Ritz, right wing side. Ritz above the circle. That shot blocked by team captain Brian Offerman. Good gap control there by the Mount Lebanon senior and erstwhile PIHL All-Star, and the Blue Devils come on the counter. Bias fanning on the attempted shot from about 50 feet. Griffin Krupp unable to get to that one on time. Watson sends it around the boards. Brophy pays the price to get it back to center. Santino Strobel chasing for the Vikings. No icing. Ray Travado, the sophomore, plays it from behind his netminder. Parker Arlett, the junior blue liner, at center. Arlett 5 goals in the consolation round of the Ice Castle Summer Prospect League. Our first look at him this year. Arlett making his 9th career varsity appearance in this contest. Liam Shin at the blue line knocked off that puck by Nate Morgan. Arlett back to center. Vikings 3 men across, send it to the corner. Lebo changing on the fly. Maxim near side. Alex Maxim trying to lead it for Caden Lane. Balla steers it aside with his stick. Lewis up to Morgan. Morgan chips it around Sam Eberhardt. Maxim for Lane. Lane actually recorded his first varsity point ever against the Vikings in last year's contest here at Lebo. Icing on Central. This faceoff comes all the way back inside the Blue Devils line. Central plays this bouncing puck off the scores table. Lehman gets it as far as the Central Catholic bench before it's taken over by Billy George Jr. on defense. Lebo with it one more time. Lehman, Josh Lehman unable to find penetration, and Lehman dumped hard by Aaron Daly as play continues. George with a yard sale in Viking territory. Here comes Daly on the off wing. Daly looks for someone to go to. Has a trailer in Travato. Travato on goal, and the save made there by Bike. Noah Ritz behind the cage. Ritz trying the wraparound. He's too well tied up by Lehman. Correction, Eberhardt. Eberhardt gives Ritz a little extra what for. Visiting fans unhappy as Central Catholic continues to possess this puck. Braddock's Pollitt playing it on the bounce, kicking it up ahead to Grant Volek. Vikings have it near side. Lebo in the middle of a line change as Daly gains the red line, sends it in, and Daly not happy that he is hit with the icing call. It's like the neighborhood play in baseball where the second baseman is in the vicinity of the bag on the double play and the umpire gives it to him. Well, that time the man in stripes had other ideas. March and Hendry, our USA Hockey crew, sticking around to work game number 2 after working the Chartiers Valley Pinkout game earlier. That was won by the Colts of Class A. Chartiers Valley, the reigning Single A Penguins Cup champion. A perfect 4-0 start to their season. Spoiler alert. Catch that game on demand on TenbandTV. Offerman near side, trying to chip it around Gesso. Strobel on the forecheck for Central. 4.5 gone by in a scoreless first period. Albany's at center. All kinds of traffic at center ice. Mount Lebanon taking away the neutral zone as the Blue Devils outlet it to nobody in particular except for Travato. Nate Morgan with some space on the right side. Morgan from an angle. Good stick work there by Tran to take away the shooting space. Nathan Tran, 17 varsity games counting tonight in his Mount Lebanon career. Another product of the Shaha Panthers program that Liam Shin and Xavier Bias, the co-captains, are involved with. Morgan near side for Travato. Travato over the attacking line around the boards. Anticipating is Lewis. Lewis off the glass. The other number 18, Zach Lynham on defense for Mount Lebanon. Helps the Blue Devils get it up to center. Griffin Krupp unable to get a step on Travato. Arlett retreating. Arlett and Lynham, the defensive pairing here for Jeremy Church. Morgan at center. Gets it deep and gets off here for Central Catholic. Anthony Rako making an early line change. Rako coming over from Seneca Valley to coach the Vikings varsity club for the first time. Rako leading that Seneca Valley program to its first ever and only Penguins Cup title several years back. Daly's outlet pass to Ritz. Ritz bumped off that puck by Arlett. Arlett trying to work around the official and get it up to Krupp in one fell swoop. Krupp hitting the brakes. Griffin Krupp from distance. Blocker save Bala. Rebound corralled by the Vikings. Brophy to center for Daly. Daly for Ritz. Ritz from distance. Glove save Bike. No rebound. Now the main scoreboard here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center says that was the Vikings' first official shot on goal, but of course up here we know better, as Central had one other attempt that Bike had to stop. Hayden Bike, the sophomore, 2.0 goals against, .905 save percentage in the preseason, as that puck is chipped wide by Braden Lewinter, the junior. Lebo gets it back just beyond their own blue line. Delayed offside situation against Central. Blue Devils reverse the play. Pierce Conrarty with some trouble in the corner. Central tries to play it out in front, but it comes right to Bike, who will cover. Bike earning that preseason victory over Franklin Regional to get Mount Lebanon to the St. Margaret Fall Faceoff Championship game. Blue Devils hanging on and defeating the Panthers before bowing to Seneca Valley, and Mount Lebanon actually had a 2-0 lead in that game before the Raiders rallied late. Lebo at the time was trying to become just the second South Hills based winner of the tournament since Bethel Park in 2006. Albany's retreating for Central Catholic. Albany's up to Strobel. Strobel over the line for David Ketterer. Ketterer worked over by Tran. Tran ties up Ketterer in the corner. Pollitt through center. Midway through this scoreless first period. Blue Devils changing on the fly. Daly over the line. Daly off a stick and off the glass. Ritz resetting the play for Central. Offerman at center. Sends it to the corner. Watson defensively for the Vikings. Up to Brophy. Brophy chased by Curta. Curta the steal. Curta the shot, and he missed the net. Oh, Curta from point blank just couldn't hit the target. Four career varsity goals for Curta. And very nearly had another there as the net behind Ben Bala is dislodged. Bala 1-1, 386 goals against, 884 save percentage in 132 minutes of play on the young season. Last year, 4 wins and 1 regulation loss, or regulation tie, I should say, and 9 decisions. 290 goals against, 903 save percentage. The save percentage was ranked 6th in Class 3A. Curta's first career goal, by the way, came in the last time these teams faced each other in this building, October 12th of 23. Line him from distance. Glove save Bala. Liam Shin, the hat-trick hero of opening night at the Barrel Complex for the then visiting Blue Devils, taking this face-off for Lebo against Captain Griffin Lewis. Lynham and company won the draw thanks to Shin, and that puck fired on Bala, who makes a loud save and covers the rebound. Lebo with an early 6-2 edge in shots, but still no score. 7.5 to go, first period. One of the budding rivalries in Class 3A between these two longtime Class 3A members. Morgan over the line, dropping for Lewis. Morgan knocked down, play continues. Lebo student section expressing their approval as that hit on Lewis happens before the puck goes out of play. Vikings win the draw. From behind the net, Jesso. That went just underneath the stick of Strobel. Slap shot from the point. Save made by Hayden Bike. Jesso tying up his man on the forecheck. Eberhardt gets that puck after it squirts free. Conrarty losing an edge nearly. Jesso from an angle. That save is made by Bike, and the rebound cleared just in time. Maxim at center. Maxim, poke check by George. Cam Meyer going down as he tried to play that puck for Mount Lebanon. Eberhardt around the boards. Jesso defensively. Matt Weber, the senior, up but not out. Conrarty there at left point. Caden Lane giving chase for Mount Lebanon. He runs into Jesso. Blue Devils win the puck battle. Near side, Conrarty. Meyer tied up by Jesso. Central able to clear it, and this will be icing on the Vikes. Jeremy Church and his staff. Church assisted by Dave Hornack, a long time, and I do mean long time, youth instructor in the Mount Lebanon area. Hornack, to say he's a PIHL veteran would be an understatement. Really one of the elder statesmen in this league as far as coaching or assistant coaching is concerned. Did have his own tour of duty as the head man at one time for Lebo varsity. Xavier Bias out in front off the side of the net and right to Brophy. Brophy around Offerman. Brophy with space now. Brophy, that shot interrupted by Tran. Near side Nathan Tran. Tran colliding with Albanese. Shin at center up to Bias. Bias around Albanese. Xavier Bias in the corner. Bias from an angle. That save is made by Bala. Vikings with the easy rebound. Brophy overtaken by Bias. Bias knocked down, penalty coming up. That was all Xavier Bias all the time. A very gritty and determined shift by the sophomore, and it'll give Lebo the first power play of the game. Cross-checking the indication on Brophy, the Central Catholic junior. Lebo 0 for 1 against NA on the power play in their season opener. Mount Lebanon, with the exception of NA, was the highest scoring team overall in AAA last regular season with 82 goals, just one behind the Tigers. Lebo last year, a pretty effective power play unit as well, 24.5%, good for third in the 11-team AAA classification. Offerman from center point, sending that out of play. Central Catholic, 8 of 9 on the penalty kill to start the young season. Last year, the Vikings, middle of the pack more or less at 80.8%. Cross ice it comes. One-timer is fanned on. Great chance there for Arlett to finish what Xavier Bias started moments ago. And here comes Liam Shin for the Blue Devils power play. For Xavier Bias. Bias left wing circle, cross ice, shot pass goes wide. Blue Devils have the rebound. Shin playing this puck with some purpose, trying to go back to Bias. Instead it'll come to Griffin Krupp. Krupp for Shin. Center point, Tran. Arlett shooting, save Bala. 1:10 to go in the power play. Shin down low for Bias, out in front, Krupp too well marked. Shin, center point for Tran. Tran for Arlett. Arlett from an angle, that missed everything and everybody as it goes off the protective netting off to the extreme left. Midway through this Blue Devil power play, still scoreless. 3:46 to go in the first. Lebo gets the face-off win. Bias from the boards. In on Bala. Easy save for the Central Catholic senior. Blue Devils win another. Parker Arlett for Tran. Tran through a crowd. Bala never saw it. Arlett from the corner. And penalty coming up. Or is there? Now what's the call here? Delay of game is being called, and I believe it's being called on Ben Bala, the goaltender. March and Hendry are arguing that Bala knocked the net off its moorings on purpose, and so the Vikings are going to be shorthanded by 2 men, and Anthony Rako is beside himself here. Well, you don't see that call made often, but a 36-second 2-man power play for the Vikings, or for the Blue Devils, excuse me, trying to break a scoreless tie with the Vikings late in the period. Now that caught everybody by surprise. Defensively, it's Albanese, Daly, and Travado for Central Catholic. Tran has it for Mount Lebanon. Tran for Arlett. Nathan Tran with space. Tran missed the net. Arlett with the rebound to Tran. Tran down low to Shin. Shin moving toward goal. Shin from an angle. That save is made by Bala. 15 to go in the 2-man advantage. Tran from the high slot for Arlett. Arlett side of the net. It's fanned on by Shin. Shin trying to go in front. It's loose and cleared by the Vikings. Good play there by George. And so it's a conventional Mount Lebanon power play for a minute 20. Bias over the line. Bias through a man. Bias to the goal. Bias makes his move, and now the net behind Tran is dislodged, and we'll have a face-off in Central Catholic ice, but no penalty this time as Jeremy Church wants to change power play units. With a minute 14 to go and the penalty on the goaltender Bala. Now this is a big moment early in this game if Central Catholic can kill this off. Mount Lebanon moving the puck well in the Viking zone, but just not able to find that last touch. Lewis against Curto. Lewis wins the defensive zone draw and gets the clear. midway through the second Mount Lebanon power play. Late stages, first period. Offerman, near side. He's dispossessed by, among others, Matt Weber. Aiden Zyolkowski, the freshman, over the line for Lebo. Zyolkowski from behind the net. Wraparound try, that steered aside. A good defensive work there by Kane Phillip on the PK. Half a minute to go on the power play. Zach Lynham near side for Zyolkowski. Lynham couldn't take the centering feed, and Phillip is pressing shorthanded for Central Catholic. Last rush here possibly for the Blue Devils power play, but they've got to get organized first. Zyolkowski over the line. Zyolkowski still has this puck. Zyolkowski out in front. It's steered aside. George was in the right place at the right time, and the Vikings have killed them both off. Central Catholic weathering a late storm here in this first period as Gesso gets bumped while playing this puck. So the Vikings 10 of 11 now on the PK to begin the regular campaign. And we remain scoreless with a minute left in the first. Offerman for Maxim. Lead pass to Lane. Lane behind the defense. Lane on his backhand. Save Ben Bala. Meyer giving chase. Travado got there first. Good keep by the Blue Devils. Shot blocked by Albanese. Vikings back to center. Here's Daly. Oh, beautiful pass to Morgan. Morgan to the cage. Blocker save by Bike. That's Hayden Bike's biggest save of the evening. 25 left in the period. Maxim on the counterattack from Mount Lebanon. Trying to feed Lane. It's steered aside by Bala. Daly at center. Over the line. 10 seconds left. Daly knocked off balance by Eberhardt, but keeps the puck. Wraparound try, save made. Rebound. Ritz is denied. And the net behind Bike is dislodged. You hear the Vikings fans dripping sarcasm off to our left. And understandably so, with 2 ticks to talk. Well, the call was indeed a bit of an eyebrow raiser, but in any event, still scoreless. And one more chance maybe if the Vikings can win a faceoff here. But they have to operate rather quickly. The net to our left is empty. Shin is waved out. Maxim has to take it for Mount Lebanon. Brophy off the faceoff. That won't get close, and so period 1 in Mount Lebanon and scoreless between the host Blue Devils and the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching it on PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Soleco Advisors.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
And it comes back to Lucas Bloss. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show. The Penguins Cup Championship show. The Penguins Cup playoff show. And the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Special teams can decide a close hockey game. The advisors at Soleco Capital are a special team. Soleco advisors are leveraged by Soleco Capital to help you take control of the game. They deliver practical solutions to the financial challenges faced by late-stage startup and growth companies. If your brand new business is booming and you're ready to expand, Soleco Capital can give you the support you need to succeed. Visit them on the web at solecocapital.com to learn more, and be sure to follow them on LinkedIn. Matt Popchock back from the Mount Lebanon Ice Center for the nightcap of our PIHL Hockey Night Live Week 3 Monday doubleheader on TenbandTV, presented by our friends at Soleco Advisors. Blue Devils and Central Catholic Vikings scoreless, and special teams was important in that opening frame. Vikings killing off a two-man power play late in the period to keep the zeros on both sides of the scoreboard. First period shots on goal, 14 for Mount Lebanon, 6 for Central, as that snipe from Brophy goes wide of the blocker hand of Hayden Pike, the Mount Lebanon goaltender. Liam Shin throwing his weight around as it comes up to Xavier Bias. Shin trailing the play over the attacking line. Shin splits the defense. Shin to the goal. He's knocked down. Play continues. A good stick-to-itiveness there by Ray Travato. Travato without a stick now as the Vikings fight for possession. Tran from the boards. Oh, that went wide of Travato's head. Never mind his hands. Shin dispossessed. Vikings get it back to center. Brophy dumped immediately by Offerman. The Lebo student section likes what it sees. Krupp over the line, 1 against 3. A tough proposition there. Bias and Brophy going at it near side. Back to center it'll come for Offerman. The Mount Lebanon captain from his own blue line up for Krupp. No icing. Travato behind his own cage. And played up to center by Ritz. Brophy pushed from behind by Bias. Brophy with his puck toward goal. It's steered aside by Bike. That took a funny bounce at the last moment. Shot on goal. Bike the save again. This time he denies Braden LeWinter as emotions run high. And now it looks like Central Catholic will get its first power play of the evening. Zach Lynham getting overzealous after the whistle, cross-checking the indication. Lynham getting a little too familiar there with Travato right in front of his own goaltender. And so Central Catholic gets an early second period power play. Vikings 1 of 3 on the power play to begin their young season. Mount Lebanon in their opening game, 1 of 2 on the penalty kill against the NA Tigers. Vikings operate near side. Up to the point it comes for Watson. Watson through a crowd. That never made it all the way on target. Central has the rebound out in front. Both teams hacking and whacking. It comes all the way back to Watson. Watson off a Mount Lebanon body. Arlett getting in the way of that one. Central Catholic on the power play. Watson the shot. Save made by Bike, and the rebound is cleared but not out. Finally, Griffin Krupp gets it the length of the ice. Oh, a frantic sequence there right in front of Hayden Bike, the Mount Lebanon netminder, but the Vikings unable to convert. Midway through the Central power play. Griffin Lewis flying down the left wing. Lewis almost forgot the puck but recovers and gets it up to Travato. Travato under pressure from Shin. Daly waiting behind the net. Brophy near side. Brophy for Daly. Judah Brophy at the left point. for Aaron Daly. Daly cross ice to Lewis. Lewis from the circle. And Hayden Bike has it. 32 to go on the minor penalty on Zach Lynham. Central Catholic 21.6 on the power play last season. 7th out of 11 teams. Mount Lebanon, for their part, 7th on the PK last season at 80%. Daly from behind the net. 20 seconds left in the penalty. Brophy from between the circles. Brophy shoots and misses. Daly with the rebound. 10 seconds left. Daly center point for Brophy. For Lewis. One-timer goes wide. Daly has the rebound. This is all Central Catholic right now. Centering pass for Daly. He couldn't handle it. Now Daly taken down. Penalty coming up, and it's going to go on Offerman. Now Offerman didn't have to do much, but Daly gets the call, moving his feet in the attacking zone, tripping the indication against the Lebo captain. And the Mount Lebanon PK has to go right back to work in a scoreless game. Arlett unable to clear the zone. From an angle, that shot is put wide by Curda. Griffin Krupp again getting at the length of the ice. Albanese on the breakout. Lead pass from Morgan, too strong. And this is going to be icing. That'll drive any coach nuts. Icing on a power play. Face-off coming to Ben Balla's left with 1:37 to go, and the tripping call on Offerman. Vikings with a lot more zone time to begin this second period. Of course, Mount Lebanon's penalty troubles have helped, but they've got to win this face-off here before they can think about going back on the attack, and finally they do. Ritz up to Brophy. Brophy offside on himself. Lewis against Shin. Lewis wins the face-off for the Vikings. Brophy near side. Brophy left circle. That shot blocked by Arlett. More good gap control from the varsity returnee. Parker Arlett coming back to Mount Lebanon varsity after not appearing last season. Made his varsity debut during the 22-23 campaign for Jeremy Church. One-timer from distance. That deflects just wide. In front it comes. And the net behind Bike is dislodged, and finally March and Hendry will grant him some mercy. And now that it's been called once, everybody's going to want to see that call made. I've seen much more egregious net dislodgements than that. Let's just put it that way. One-timer from distance taken by Brophy, and that goes off Parker Arlett. Arlett no worse for the wear. Near side Brophy. 50 to go in the power play. To the corner it comes to Daly for Lewis. For Travado. Travado to Brophy. Back up to Travado. Vikings looking to get their junk through, but they can't. Lebo in a tight penalty-killing diamond here as Lewis has this puck. Arlett defensively puts it off the glove of Travado. Oh, what a great effort play there by Travado to try and keep it inside the zone, but the point is moot as a delayed hand pass was called, and so Central has to reset. Two-line pass intended for Brophy, interrupted by Mount Lebanon, and that should just about do it. So both teams will be 2 for 2 on the PK tonight, and we will stay scoreless with 11-11 until the ice cut. Travado reverses for Strobel. Strobel almost turning it over to Kurta. Daly up the wing. Ketterer for Brophy offside. Both coaches making personnel changes before this face-off. Gesso against Kurta. Blue Devils win it cleanly. Liam Powers in pursuit to the corner. The junior forward made his varsity debut in Warrendale a couple of weeks ago. An 11-day layoff for Mount Lebanon after that season-opening game, a victory over North Allegheny, 3-2. And looking to go to 2-0 on the season tonight. Central Catholic also in search of win number 2. Gesso trying to force it through the goaltender Bike, but Bike has it. Gesso scoring his first varsity goal in this building last week to tie the game late against South Fayette and force overtime. Lions winning that contest on a Robert Chiappetta goal in the extra period. Lewis against Lehman. And this one belongs to Lehman. Volek for Pollitt. Pollitt trying to wind through the defense. And the muckers and grinders out there for Jeremy Church now. Trying to break this scoreless tie with 10 to go till the ice cut. Albanese up the boards. Kept inside the zone and put just wide of Bala. That shot from Offerman actually had eyes. Near side LeWinter. And that puck put just wide of Bala. Volek in front of his own bench gets this puck deep. Retreating defensively for Central Catholic is Weber. Turnover to Mount Lebanon. Up to Nathan Tran it'll come. Pollitt from the circle. That shot blocked. Volek between the circles. Backpedaling is Albanese. Both teams trying anything they can to create space, and there hasn't been a lot out there for either side. Blue Devils on the attack, going to the net, is Meyer. Maxim was trying to go that way, but could not. Turnover to Brophy. Brophy right side. Brophy shooting, that's blocked by Offerman, and Offerman gives him a little bang for his buck. Noah Ritz from the boards. That save is made by Bike, and there is no rebound. Approaching the midpoint of this second period and second game at Mount Lebanon Ice Center tonight. Blue Devils nothing, Central Catholic Vikings nothing. Blue Devils control the draw. They try to reverse this play. Gesso takes it away for Central. He's immediately pinned against the corner by Lyman, Lynham, as I untie my tongue. Yard sale at center ice. Daly tries to kick this puck free and does. Blue Devils maintain possession. Maxim centering for Lane. Central Catholic in transition. Noah Ritz. Ritz on goal. That save is made. And Hayden Bike isn't going to take any chances. Central Catholic out shooting Mount Lebanon 11-1 thus far in this second period, but Nothing to show for their efforts just yet. Shin off a body. At center, it's Eberhardt, put up against the glass by Kane Phillip. Albanese from the corner. Morgan lost it to Bias. Bias with a toe drag. Bias lost that puck at the last moment. Morgan near side. Phillip over the line. Phillip taking off that puck by a couple of Blue Devils. And here comes Xavier Bias for Mount Lebanon. Bias flying down the right wing, trying to get a step on the back checker for the Vikings as it comes to the opposite corner for Griffin Krupp. Up now to Phillip. Phillip off the blocker of Bike. Icing on Mount Lebanon with 7:15 left in the second. Moments ago, you saw Cameron Cox, the sophomore forward, in his varsity debut for Central Catholic. Number 58 on our official roster, but wearing number 38 for the Vikings tonight. We should also note, even if only for formality's sake, that Hayden Bike is wearing number 26 tonight in goal for Mount Lebanon. Normally, he wears uniform number 1 per the official Lebo roster. Oh, a save made there off the mask by Bala. Offerman really let that one fly. I'm not sure if Bala ever saw that. Right place, right time. Offerman ridden off the puck by Daly. Strobel has it for the Vikings. Strobel out in front. That pass behind Daly. Blue Devils force it back to center, and a penalty coming up with 6:24 left in the period. Hooking the indication. And it's going to go against Strobel. So the Pittsburgh Icemen, AAA product, will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free. And we shall see if the third time will be the charm for the Mount Lebanon power play. 0 for 3 to begin this regular season. Shin against Phillip, the two alternate captains. Shin wins the faceoff. Tran at center point. Tran for Arlett. Arlett shooting. Ball of the save. No rebound.
In the net, boy.
Shin tied up in the circle by Lewis. Vikings get a clear. Weber gets it the length of the ice, and that took a very strange bounce and just kind of died on the goal line next to goaltender Hayden Bike. Oh my. Well, as blooper reel goals or miscues go, that would have been an all-timer. .120 left in the Mount Lebanon power play. Shin for Arlett. Arlett with speed. Parker Arlett from the circle. Shin unable to handle the pass. Griffin Lewis trying to clear the zone. He can't. Travato unable to get it around his man. Shin in there battling. Blue Devils have it. Here's Krupp to the goal. His shot blocked. Good gap control by Weber. Tran from right point. 40 to go in the power play. Arlett to the corner. Bias out in front. Krupp's one-timer is blocked and off the protective netting. Kane Phillip getting in the shooting lane there. 32 left in the penalty on Strobel. Under 5 to go in the second period. To the corner, George. Work done by Meyer. Offerman keeps it alive for Kurta. Out in front, Meyer on the side of the net. Offerman has it for the Blue Devils. Cross ice it comes. That shot pass fanned on, and Lynham through a crowd puts it right into the glove hand of Ben Bala. 11 to go now on the Lebo power play. Face-off one to Offerman. Offerman through a crowd. Bala was ready. And neither of these goaltenders seems to want to blink. Offerman from right point. Fans on the shot. Offerman from the right circle. Off the leg pad of Bala. Given away to Kurta. Kurta on goal. Scoring! Ben Kurta nuzzles that nylon just at the end of the penalty to Strobel, and with 4:20 till the ice cut, Mount Lebanon takes a 1-0 lead. That looked like it hit something on its way in behind Bala. It was turned over right to Kurta, as George was unable to get the clear. And for Ben Kurta, who scored against the Vikings in this building last season, a big goal here. His first of the regular season, and the Blue Devils have that increasingly valuable first goal. Open ice hit there on one of the Vikings. Cameron Cox getting the worst of that one. And the Blue Devils are going back to the sin bin. Interference, the indication. Oh, in tight games like these, you got to keep the emotions in check, especially after the goal, and Caden Lane unable to do that. So Central Catholic with a chance for a counterpunch here late in the second. Their third power play of the game and of this second period at that. Blue Devils clear it. Good face-off win there by Shin. Arlett got it the length of the ice. Brophy for Travado. Lewis over the line. Offerman with the assist on the essentially power play goal by Kurta. Officially, it'll be an even strength goal. One-timer fanned on by Travado, and it comes right to Bias. Bias is hooked on the hands. Play continues. High stick on the puck is called, but not on any particular player. Now, I think the Vikings got away with one there, quite frankly. Face off to Bala's right. Travado with 1:15 to go in the Central power play. Travado right wing side now for Central Catholic. Looking for Brophy. He's taken off the puck quickly by Arlett. And Brophy and the Vikings have to retreat to center and get back on side. Brophy chased by Shin. Brophy dropping for Lewis. Lewis to Brophy in the corner. It pings around, intended for Ritz. Here comes Xavier Bias shorthanded. Bias 1-against-1 with Travado. Bias off balance, shooting wide and missing the net. Well, he's like a water bug out there for Mount Lebanon. Well, his penalty killing shift is over. Daly through center for Central Catholic. And it's taken away by Krupp. Brophy near side for Daly. 18 to go in the power play. Daly off a stick. Right back to Watson. Watson, shot pass deflected just wide. Wraparound try, and the save is made by Bike, who gets the whistle as the net behind him is off its moorings. I don't know if Bike ever had possession of that puck, but officials lost sight of it. And that'll stop the penalty clock with 8 seconds remaining. That was Gesso going to the net on that shot pass, as this attempt from Watson is deflected wide. And the teams are back to equal strength. Vikings still have the puck, though. Here's Morgan out in front off the skate of Gesso. And right to Phillip, the alternate captain. Bouncing puck through the skates of Arlett. Morgan is bumped off the puck, and it comes to Griffin Krupp. And getting it deep, Braddock's Pollitt. Final 2 minutes of second period play. Penalty coming up on the Vikings. Mount Lebanon 1 for 3 on the power play with the game's only goal at 5-on-4. Gets another opportunity late in the frame. Tripping the indication on Watson. So the Central Catholic Junior will sit, and Liam Shin will take this face-off against Aaron Daly. Daly pushes it to the boards. Blue Devils control it. Nathan Tran trying to create some space. Up to Shin. Shin from the right circle. Shin from the corner behind the net. Bias up top to Tran. Tran for Arlett. Arlett late in the period for Tran. Tran center point for Arlett. Arlett out in front. That pass broken up by Ritz. Turnaround shot by Shin is blocked. This shot on Ben Balla is held by the Central Catholic 10D. Griffin Krupp unable to beat him. Anthony Rako changing his penalty killing unit here. 1:28 to go on the Central Catholic PK. 1:10 remaining in the period. So this will carry over to the third, barring another goal here. Out in front, Parker Arlett! Baldier Sensei! What a cross-ice feed to the junior. And for the second time in a row, the Blue Devils strike on the man advantage. Arlett's first official varsity goal, and it gives the Blue Devils some breathing room. Yeah, keep that puck, Jeremy Church. That's right. Special teams and goaltending, that's the way it usually goes in these tight games. And 2 big power play goals late in this second period to break the scoreless tie by the Blue Devils, and a shoulder save made there by Bike. Pollitt over skating. Final 40 seconds of the period. And a turnover at center to Phillip. Volek cleans it up. Lewis 1 against 3. Eberhardt retreating, turned it over to Morgan. Morgan fan of the shot. Oh, a dangerous giveaway there. Morgan takes it back. Morgan to Daly. Daly from an angle, couldn't get it on net. 20 seconds left. Blue Devils getting a little sloppy in their own zone late. From the corner, it's sent out in front, but right to Cameron Cox. Up to center for Daly. 5 seconds left. Vikings have to hurry. Daly inside the line, fires on goal. Save is made by Bike. And so we will cut the ice at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center with the chief tenant leading the Central Catholic Vikings 2-0 on a pair of power play goals by Ben Curda and Parker Arlett. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching it all on PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Soleiko Advisors, and we will see you in a bit.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
And it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship show, the Penguins Cup Playoff show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh.
Here on defense, Lebo with it one more time. Lehman, Josh Lehman unable to find penalty.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Special teams can decide a close hockey game. The advisors at Soleiko Capital are a special team. Soleiko advisors are leveraged by Soleiko Capital to help you take control of the game. They deliver practical solutions to the financial challenges faced by late-stage startup and growth companies. If your brand new business is booming and you're ready to expand, Soleiko Capital can give you the support you need to succeed. Visit them on the web at SoleikoCapital.com to learn more, and be sure to follow them on LinkedIn. Matt Popchock back for the third period of our nightcap on PIHL Hockey Night Live, a Monday night to begin week 3 of the PIHL regular season. Game 2 tonight presented by our friends at Soleiko Advisors. Second period shots on goal. 14 for the Central Catholic Vikings, 8 for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Game totals, Mount Lebanon 22, Central Catholic 20. Where it matters, it is Blue Devils 2, Vikings nothing, and special teams indeed. True to the live read, were an important factor in that second period. Mount Lebanon scoring an essential power play goal just as a penalty to the Vikings had expired. And we have a scoring change to report on that goal. It originally read Curda from Offerman. It now reads Cam Meyer from Curda and Parker Arlett. So congratulations to the sophomore Meyer on his first official varsity goal and his second varsity appearance. And with 1:04 left in the period, Parker Arlett scoring a proper power play goal for Lebo, courtesy of Liam Shin and Xavier Bias. So Bias with points in consecutive games now for the Blue Devils, and Arlett getting his first varsity tally and enjoying a multi-point night. Mount Lebanon looking for more to begin the third period on this freshly cut ice as that shot from Tran whistles wide. Offerman turning around and firing. That one off a skate. Mount Lebanon sends it around the boards. Defensively, Travado for Central Catholic. Off of Mount Lebanon skate, that of Tran, no icing. Offerman from his own corner up to Krupp. Krupp for Xavier Bias. Bias for Griffin Krupp. Krupp shooting. Save made. The rebound is sitting there and it's cleared. Officials clarifying that there is no goal on the play and the net behind Bala has become dislodged. I fully expected that puck to ricochet right out in front off the Central Catholic goaltender, but it got through him somehow and was just sitting there on the goal line waiting for his defense to clear it. The Vikings get a bit of a break there. Icing on Central. PIHL Hockey Night Live, by the way, will be back on the air this approaching Thursday night at the Barrel Complex in Warrendale, where the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils won their first regular season game a couple of weeks ago. Our Thursday night matchup will be a standalone contest between the Seneca Valley Raiders and visiting Peters Township Indians. That game getting underway at 9:10 Eastern Daylight Time. That's Thursday night. This approaching Thursday, October 17th, Peters Township versus Seneca Valley in Class 3A action on TenbandTV. And tip of the hockey helmet, speaking of Peters Township, to new head coach Chris Claxon on picking up his first victory in charge. Indians winners of their home opener against North Allegheny last week by a 7-3 final score. Vikings on the attack early in the third. Turnaround try by Morgan. Save made. Rebound put off the post. Phillip finding metal but not mesh. Backhand try by Barofi denied by Bike. Oh, Central Catholic that close to pulling one back with a lot of time left in this game as one of the Blue Devils goes down behind the Central Catholic cage. That's Liam Powers. On the counterattack, Santino Strobel threw that puck to someone who wasn't ready to accept it. Strobel has it one more time for Central. Gesso near side. Gesso on goal off the mask, and it's put wide. Hayden Bike literally using his head to make that play. Eberhardt gains the red line, sends it around the boards. Albanese defensively. Ketterer from inside his own zone. Can't get it out. Eberhardt from the point. That's deflected off the stick of Albanese, who sends it around the boards once again. This time it comes back to center for Caden Lane. Hard hit there on Eberhardt up high by one of the Vikings. That's Ketterer. Pierce Conrardi defensively. Penalty coming up. Interference, I believe, is going to be called here on Mount Lebanon, and indeed it is. Conrardi pleading his case with 13:48 to go in regulation. But his plea falls upon deaf ears as Caden Lane is sent off. Central Catholic, its fourth power play chance of this game. Mount Lebanon, a perfect 3 for 3 in the PK department thus far. Daly to the point after the faceoff win. Brophy cranks one off the glass. Rebound is right there, and it was fanned on by Lewis. If Lewis puts any kind of English on that puck, it's 2-1. Blue Devils this time win the defensive zone draw, but Barofi keeps it in. Parker Arlett. Ridden off the puck by Daly. Noah Retz. To the point for Barofi, for Travado. They work it down low to Lewis. Back up to Travado. Travato through a crowd. Deflected just wide by Ritz. Ritz behind the net. Ritz wrapping it around and scoring! No, they say no goal. And Ray Travato literally up in arms. The rolling, I believe, is going to be that the net behind Hayden Bike was dislodged before the puck crossed the line. Let's take another look. Well, we thought we were going to get a second look at that one, but in any event, Bike makes a loud save off the ensuing shot by Barofi. Now, that's a huge break for Mount Lebanon there, as Noah Ritz thought he had himself a power play goal. Out in front, it comes to Ritz again. It's loose. Ritz waits for the goaltender to go down, and is it in? No, it's not. It didn't completely cross the line, and boy, Noah Ritz is just beside himself right now. Can't say I blame him. Ritz almost put that one in from an impossible angle as he smartly waited for Bike to go down. Lebo gets another clear. 40 to go in the Central Catholic power play. And it's been an eventful power play to say the least as Lynham is dumped at center ice. We play on. And do we have too many men? Yes, we do. Well, when it rains, it pours. Central Catholic hit with a bench minor for too many men, and Luke Jesso's going to have to serve it, and there goes the power play. So we'll play 4-on-4 for 32 seconds, and then a truncated Mount Lebanon power play will follow, barring further developments. Central Catholic feeling a bit hard done, you would imagine, and probably for good reason. As we skate 4 aside. Lynham from behind his own net. Out to Ziolkowski, up to Kurta. Kurta with a key play in this game on that first goal for Mount Lebanon. From distance, it'll go to the corner off the stick of Lynham. Offerman down low for Ziolkowski. Ziolkowski through the skates of Kane Phillip. And just on the ice here for the Blue Devils is Cam Meyer, who was later credited with that first Mount Lebanon goal. Icing on the Blue Devils. And so the penalty box on the Mount Lebanon side is empty. 1:21 of power play time now for the Blue Devils with which to work. 11:40 left in regulation. Mount Lebanon leading 2-0. Arlett through center. For Krupp. Krupp shooting. Bar down. Griffin Krupp. Take a bow, young man. The Blue Devils continue to punish Central Catholic on the power play as Griffin Krupp opens his 2024-2025 account. What a shot that was from the right circle. This faceoff comes all the way back into Mount Lebanon ice. Eberhardt to the corner. Strobel. Gesso, after serving that bench minor, on the ice here for Anthony Rako. Lehman up the boards. It's put off the stick of Bike by Cameron Cox. Conradi from his own corner runs into Ketterer. Pollitt through center, 1 against 2. Pollitt from the left circle. Pollitt toward goal. Had to go off a stick, and the shot on Balla is stopped. And the net again behind Balla is dislodged. Liam Shin with a couple of helpers tonight as he gets credit for setting up that power play goal by Krupp. Shin with 5 points already for the Blue Devils in his second game of the regular season. Daly from center red sends it around the Mount Lebanon boards. Ritz to the corner. Caden Lane gets there first. Conradi defensively tries to work around Daly. Taken over by Lewis. Lewis intended for Daly. Daly too well covered. Maxim spins off a check. Travado turned it over to Ritz, or sent it to Ritz, I should say. And another stoppage. Curta against Morgan. Curta wins that faceoff. Central Catholic in transition. Here's Judah Brophy. Brophy from the edge of the circle. Save made, the rebound sitting there and cleaned up by Zyokowski. Offerman in front of his own goaltender. Near side Powers. Phillip trying to get that puck deep. Icing on Mount Lebanon. (3-0 Blue Devils. Griffin Krupp on the power play, the only goal of period 3 thus far for either side. Krupp, 5 goals in the preseason as the Blue Devils were St. Margaret's runners-up. Led the team in that tournament with 7 points overall and picking up pretty much right where he left off. 10 points last year as a freshman in 19 varsity games. George gets it deep, no icing. Offerman turned it over to Brophy out in front, intended for Phillip. Brophy has it and shoots it through a crowd off the protective netting. And Brophy frustrated with himself as play is whistled dead. Shots now even at 27 apiece. The difference has been Hayden Bike, the man in the cage for Mount Lebanon, and the Blue Devils special teams. A couple of power play goals and the first goal of the game occurring just as a penalty to Central Catholic had expired. Grant Volek takes a beating along the Viking bench. Lehman wins the faceoff from Gesso. Cox has it for Central Catholic. Lead pass intended for Strobel. Lynham around his own boards up to center for Arlett, who has a goal in this game and an assist. Lynham at center red around the boards. Watson defensively turning that puck over for a hot second, but Gesso is able to get it up ahead to Strobel. Strobel crisscrossing with Ketterer. Strobel taken out of the play by Arlett, and the Blue Devils get it back to center. Albany's right side. Albany's toward goal. The save is made by Bike, and he's got the rebound. Just over 8 to go in regulation. Mount Lebanon still holding the 3-0 lead. Meyer up to center, where he's met by Travado. Travado, too many yellow jerseys in the way, and they're trying to locate that puck now as it's played to the near corner. Maxim up for Lane. Albany's one more time over the attacking line. Centers it for Lewis. Lewis shooting high and wide. Bouncing puck. Albany's not able to settle it down. Well, Bike left that net exposed, and that could have easily been 3-1. Traffic jam in the neutral zone. Vikings have it. Daly for Ritz. Ritz shooting wide. Lane from the boards. He's shoved by Daly. Daly takes the retaliatory hit from Eberhardt. Penalty coming up here. And this might go against Central Catholic. In fact, this might be a hit from behind. It's going to be a 2 and a 10 for cross-checking. And Aaron Daly's night is over. Actually, this might just be a misconduct penalty because I think Parker Arlett was trying to clarify with this USA Hockey crew why the Blue Devils don't have a power play. And that's what the Mount Lebanon bench is trying to figure out as well. Well, now it's put up on the clock finally. So it is a 2 and a 10. My initial inclination was correct. And so LeWinter will serve the minor penalty on Daly. Mount Lebanon at this point just needs to be smart with this puck and not turn it over. Bias over the line. Blue Devils offside as they try to start another power play. Mount Lebanon 2 for 5 unofficially in that column tonight. Central Catholic wins the face-off, and it's sent around the boards by George. Up to Morgan. Morgan gets it the rest of the way. Morgan pressing shorthanded as Arlett has this puck for Lebo. Arlett flying down the left wing. Arlett from the corner. Arlett behind the net. To Krupp. Krupp to Tran. Tran through a crowd. Save made Bala, and he's got the rebound. A minute 12 to go in the minor on Daly. Served by LeWinter. Blue Devils control this face-off. Liam Shin from the circle. He just missed the top corner, and not by much either. Krupp knocked off that puck by Phillip. Blue Devils still in control here. Shin centering feed for Tran. Tran's shot blocked. It's sitting in front. Krupp trying to trap it. Albany's trying to clear it for Central Catholic. Travado from the corner. And it's sent to the near boards. Hard hit by Phillip on one of the Blue Devils as Lewis, with some help, gets it back to center. Krupp at center ice. It's whiffed at by Phillip, the alternate captain. Both teams changing on the go with 18 to go in the Mount Lebanon power play. Krupp making a blind pass there, ill-advised to Gesso, who gets it to the Mount Lebanon blue line. Lynham retreating. And he'll take his time, so Central Catholic kills the penalty, the minor penalty that is, as Lewinter will step on here. Curta, left side. Curta centering pass intended for, that was Liam Powers, unable to get a stick on it. Morgan in transition for Central. Makes his move. Morgan trying to play it out in front, does, off the body of Lewinter. Lewinter knocked to his stomach by Powers. That's Lynham getting involved with Lewinter, I stand corrected. Vikings have it again. Gesso toward goal. Too many yellow shirts in the way. Morgan from the corner. Trying to go out in front again. Mount Lebanon has all the lanes covered. Zyolkowski unable to get around Watson. Watson rides him into the boards. Final 4:15 of regulation play. Blue Devils up by 3. Curta with Zyolkowski 2-on-2. Curta from an angle. That goes wide. Powers off the glass. Zyolkowski looking for it. Curta with a wraparound. Conradi from center point. Throws it wide of goal. George from his own corner. Couldn't get it around Zyolkowski. Zyolkowski right between the eyes, but it's held by Bala. From the corner, it's Paulett. Paulett, a recent varsity debutante, played travel hockey in a couple of different places. He's played for the local program, one of the local programs, the Pittsburgh Vengeance. Also played for a AAA team called Omaha Mastery. Spending some time in Jake Gensel's neck of the woods. And funny enough, he's going to go to the penalty box here with 3:24 to play. And Anthony Rako is going to use his timeout, and still some time left, but Central Catholic in this third period, as unfortunate as they have been unproductive, and to say the least, need a quick one here to keep hope alive. Once again, coming up Thursday night on TenbandTV, we'll be back at the Barrel Complex in Warrendale for another AAA tilt. Peters Township Indians at Seneca Valley Raiders, 9-10 puck drop from the North Hills. And looking forward to rounding out our Week 3 coverage with that contest. Was just talking to some Mount Lebanon folks before the game about who the good teams are in Class AAA, and I know this is sort of a stock answer, but the thing I tell people is, they're all of them. It seems like all of them anyway. There really isn't an easy game for any of these teams, and the way AAA has been the last few seasons, seemingly any team can win the Penguins Cup at any time. Mount Lebanon trying to recapture those glory days and be one of those teams in the hunt when March rolls around. Central Catholic, no playoff win since their last trip to the Penguins Cup final back in 2017, so they've got a chip on their shoulders this season as well. Vikings on the power play. Lewis toward goal. That was blocked. The rebound put wide by Ritz. Oh, he had the target in his sights. Just couldn't hit it. Lebo clears. Final 3 of period 3. It's a 3-0 game favoring Mount Lebanon. Phillip using the boards. Arlett anticipating for the Blue Devils. Can't clear. Ritz looking for an avenue. Finds Lewis. Lewis shooting! I'll take that, thank you very much, says Hayden Bike. .113 to go in the minor penalty on Pollitt. And the net to our left is now empty. Central Catholic trying to find a pulse, skating 6 against 4 here, late in regulation. Out in front it comes Ritz on the doorstep. Bike makes a save, Bike makes another save, and another as he covers in front of the crease. Central Catholic emptying the tank here with an essential 2-man advantage. Blue Devils send it deep, and they hit the empty net! Sidney Crosby, eat your heart out. This captain hits a 200-footer to make it 4-0 for the Blue Devils. What an empty net goal by Brian Offerman. Rick Tingle, if you're watching, score 1 for the analytics. If you know, you know. Offerman just planted his feet and ripped that one, and it was right down the middle. A couple of the Vikings collide now in their own zone, and that's been the story of their third period. Nick Halliburka, the junior forward, on late here for Central Catholic. Under 2 to go in regulation. Albanese with defensive partner Weber. Gets it up to LeWinter. Halliburka shooting off a stick and wide. Central Catholic still on the power play here, so that's a shorthanded empty net goal that the Blue Devils scored as this puck deflects out of play. 14 to go in the minor on Pollitt. Ben Curta with the only assist officially on that Offerman empty netter. So Curta has a multi-point night. Slap shot from left point, that deflected wide. Swiped at by Eberhardt. And the Blue Devils get that puck deep. Grant Volek killing off the rest of the penalty. So we're all square, 5 aside. Volek looking for that puck at his feet. Final minute of regulation. Now next up for Mount Lebanon, as one of the Blue Devils is hit up high and trying to regain his own faculties in the far corner. Now that was Pollitt just out of the penalty box getting the worst of that one. But he stays on late here for Jeremy Church. 40 seconds left. Shoulder check on Pollitt against Watson. Watson shooting, glove save by Bike. Now to finish my thought, Mount Lebanon next up for the Blue Devils on the docket will be a Thursday, October 24th game at Pine Richland at the Barrel Complex, facing off at 9:10 Eastern Time. For the Central Catholic Vikings, next on the schedule for the visitors will be another road game, this approaching Thursday at the Barrel Complex in the opposite rink of Peter Seneca. They will take on North Allegheny. Another AAA rivalry game there. 10 seconds to go. George backpedaling. That's it. That's all. And that's the first varsity win and shutout in the Mount Lebanon career of sophomore Hayden Bike. A 33-save goose egg pitched by the young Blue Devil as Mount Lebanon wins it over Central Catholic by a final score of 4-0. Mount Lebanon goes to 2-0 on the young season. Central Catholic now sitting at 1-2-1. Thank you, executive producer Todd Kazarowski. Thank you, Michael Lyman and the Four Seasons, for all your fine camera work as always. And thank you for watching and listening. Once again, we are back on the air this approaching Thursday night from the Barrel Complex in Warrendale for Peters Township versus Seneca Valley. Puck drop just after 9 p.m. Eastern Time on TenbandTV. For now, I'm Matt Popchock, and that is all she wrote from the Mount Lebanon Ice Center, where the Blue Devils have defeated the Central Catholic Vikings. Once again, Mount Lebanon 4, Central Catholic nothing. And you have been watching PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Solico Advisors. On defense, Lebo with it one more time. Josh Lehman unable to find penetration, and Lehman dumped hard by Aaron Daly as play continues. On the off wing, Daly looks for someone to go to. Has a trailer in Travato. Travato on goal, and the save made there by Bike. Brophy to center for Daly. Daly for Ritz. Ritz from distance, glove save Bike. No rebound. Blue Devils reverse the play. Pierce Conrarty with some trouble in the corner. Central tries to play it out in front, but it comes right to Bike, who will cover. Up to Brophy. Brophy chased by Curta. Curta the steal. Curta the shot, and he missed the net. Oh, Curta from Vikings with the easy rebound. Brophy overtaken by Bias. Bias knocked down. Penalty coming up. That was all Xavier Bias all the time. Shin, center point for Tran. Tran for Arlett. Arlett from an angle. That missed everything and everybody as it goes off the protective netting off to the Bias over the line. Bias through a man. Bias to the goal. Bias makes his move, and now the net behind Tran is dislodged. And Offerman for Maxim. Lead pass to Lane. Lane behind the defense. Lane on his backhand. Save Ben Bala. Albanese. Vikings back to center. Here's Daly. Oh, beautiful pass to Morgan. Morgan to the cage. Blocker saved by Bike. That's Ritz is denied, and the net behind Bike is dislodged. You hear those up to Xavier Bias. Shin trailing the play over the attacking line. Shin splits the defense. Shin to the goal. He's knocked down. Play continues. A good stick to it. Never mind his hands. Shin dispossessed. Vikings get it back to center. Brophy dumped immediately by Offerman. And that took a funny bounce at the last moment. Shot on goal. Bike the save again. This time he denies Braden LeWinter as emotions run high. Central Catholic on the power play. Watson the shot. Save made by Bike, and the rebound is cleared but not out. Finally, Griffin Krupp. Daly. Daly cross ice to Lewis. Lewis from the circle. And Hayden Bike has it. Rebound. This is all Central Catholic right now. Centering pass for Daly. He couldn't handle it. Now Daly taken down. Penalty coming up, and it's going to go on Offerman. And finally they do. Ritz up to Brophy. Brophy offside on himself. Strobel almost turning it over to Kurta. Daly up the wing. Ketterer for Brophy offside. Central Catholic also in search of win number 2. Gesso trying to force it through the goaltender Bike, but Bike has it. Bang for his buck. Noah Ritz from the boards. That save is made by Bike, and there is no rebound. In transition, Noah Ritz. Ritz on goal. That save is made. And Hayden Bike isn't going to take any chances. Strobel has it for the Vikings. Strobel out in front. That pass behind Daly. Blue Devils force it back to center, and a penalty coming up with 6. Tran at center point. Tran for Arlett. Arlett shooting. Ball of the save. No rebound. 40 to go in the power play. Arlett to the corner. Bias out in front. Krupp's one-timer is blocked and off the protective netting. Cross ice it comes. That shot pass fanned on, and Lynham through a crowd puts it right into the glove hand of Ben Bala. From the right circle, off the leg pad of Bala. Given away to Kurta. Kurta on goal, scoring! Ben Kurta, increasingly valuable first goal. Open ice hit there on one of the Vikings. Cameron Cox getting the worst of that one. Side for Daly. 18 to go in the power play. Daly off a stick. Right back to Watson. Watson, shot pass deflected just wide. Wraparound. And getting it deep, Braddock's Pollitt. Final 2 minutes of second period play. Penalty coming up on the Vikings. Mount Lebanon, Arlett. Arlett out in front. That pass broken up by Ritz. Turnaround shot by Shin is blocked. This shot on Ben Bala is held by the Central Catholic Tendy. Period. So this will carry over to the third, barring another goal here. Out in front, Parker Arlett! Bounty or sensei! Period. So this will carry over to the third, barring another goal here. Out in front, Parker Arlett! Bounty or sensei! Inside the line, fires on goal, save is made by Bike. And so we will cut the ice at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center with the chief tenant leading from his own corner up to Krupp. Krupp for Xavier Bias. Bias for Griffin Krupp. Krupp shooting. Save made. The rebound is sitting there and it's cleared. Rardy defensively. Penalty coming up. Interference, I believe, is going to be called here on Mount Lebanon, and indeed it is. Daly to the point after the faceoff win. Brophy cranks one off the glass. Rebound is right there, and it was fanned on by Lewis. Up to the point for Brophy, for Travado. They work it down low to Lewis. Back up to Travado. Travado through a crowd. Deflected just wide by Ritz. Ritz thought he had himself a power play goal. Out in front it comes to Ritz again. It's loose. Ritz waits for the goaltender to go down, and is it in? No, it's not. It didn't completely cross the line, and Arlett through center. For Krupp. Krupp shooting. Bar down. Griffin Krupp through center. 1 against 2. Pollitt from the left circle. Pollitt toward goal. Had to go off a stick, and the shot on Bala is stopped. Brophy out in front, intended for Phillip. Brophy has it and shoots it through a crowd off the protective netting. And Brophy frustrated with himself as play is whistled dead. Albanese one more time over the attacking line. Centers it for Lewis. Lewis shooting high and wide. Bouncing puck. Albanese not able to settle it down. Lane from the boards. He's shoved by Daly. Daly takes the retaliatory hit from Eberhardt. Penalty coming up here. And this might go the net. To Krupp. Krupp to Tran. Tran through a crowd. Save made Bala, and he's got the rebound. George from his own corner couldn't get it around Załkowski. Załkowski right between the eyes, but it's held by Bala. Vikings on the power play. Lewis toward goal. That was blocked. The rebound put wide by Ritz. Can't clear. Ritz looking for an avenue. Finds Lewis. Lewis shooting. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Out in front it comes Ritz on the doorstep. Bike makes a save. Bike makes another save. And another as he covers in front of the crease. We'll set it deep. And they hit the empty net. Sidney Crosby, eat your heart out. This captain hits a 200 win and shutout in the Mount Lebanon career of sophomore Hayden Bike. Dave Goose Egg pitched by the young Blue Devil as Mount Lebanon wins it over Central Catholic by a final score of 4-0.